Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you and welcome to another show of AROPL Balkans. And this morning we are here with a bit of background music. Because it's still morning, we are still waking up and hopefully we talk about nice things in the morning, about things about how things should be and how the religion should be seen. And I thought that we would analyze, go through maybe some books, some lectures, some recent things that Abba Sadiq was explaining, for example, about interesting topics that we went over, we tried to go over many times. Sometimes we were stuck, sometimes we got maybe a little bit disturbed. And of course, this is how the social media are these days, like no one knows, somebody is calling something, and like nobody is here is being a medium of sorts and like advocation agency for anybody. This is the first thing you should understand being on social media. The second thing is that, for example, people think like that if discussing religion that it's automatically it's everything is good. It's not, it's not all good, because only God is good, only with God is all the goodness. With Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all the goodness. So we should keep this in mind and in consideration for the things to consider with, with different topics like being astroturfed, being like on TikTok and on this social media, and talking stuff about other people, I mean, guys, come on, this is not nice, this is in fact not nice, and it's a beautiful thing that I can say these things out loud, because it's AROPL Balkans channel, and I'm on here, I'm in here on this channel, and I'm speaking about these things, and I'm proud to be speaking about these things, because why not, call you guys out, call you guys out that you come to my channel, tell us what your problem is, with Ahmadi religion of peace and light, what kind of issues you have with the Ahmadi religion of peace and light, and of course, how can I help you with, if you need any help, we're more than glad to help you, like if you need any help at all, I'm always here on AROPL Balkans channel. I'm here to help you, Also, my fellow co-workers, if you have like trouble saying something to me, you can always call me, You have my number, you have my contact, and of course, you can always contact me on this channel. I have no trouble saying that, and basically meeting anybody of you live, like if you come here, meet me live, we can shake hands and discuss like normal people, and that's really a beautiful thing, because we can speak like to brother, human to human, and of course in a reasonable manner, that even if we don't agree on something, like if something troubles you, I can give you advice, maybe you can ask something about lectures of Abba Sadiq. What do I think, I mean, I'm not here to interpret the words of Imam, God forbid, I'm simply like sharing with you my understanding of his lectures. So I'm more than glad, like if you want to discuss these things in English language, I'm glad to do it. If you would like to discuss these things in any of the Balkan dialects, I can do it. If you want to discuss this in Slovenian language, I can do it also. Other languages I don't speak fluently, but anyways, whatever you guys seem appropriate, it's your own prerogative to do on social media what you like to do. I surely am not preventing you from that, am I? Like it's your own business what you do on social media. It's not mine. Like if you think like that this channel that there's something wrong with it, you can surely say so. Say like I don't like what this guy's saying. Like I don't like. Sure, say it out loud. Like maybe send me a request and tell me what is your problem with the religion today. Is something bothering you, or do you have some thoughts, about these lectures that Abba Sadiq was publishing recently? Did you see, for example, the anniversary of the death of King Abdullah of Hijaz. It's basically 11th anniversary and similar things, you know. Me, I'm more too glad to think about it, to talk about these things and to give it a thought, you know. What is the issue, you know, of like you, nonetheless, which background you come from, you know. Are you being an atheist, if you're being just a drop buyer, you know, like a Hebrew or somebody, I don't care, you know, like, because me, I treat the people in their parent, you know. If somebody, look, if somebody sees me on the street, you know, and passes me a bottle of water, I say, thanks, you know, thanks for the bottle of water, man, have a nice day, you know. So, really, why do certain people feel that they're being obliged to, you know, like, follow these scholars, you know, and like, having these scholars their backs, you know, like, what is the issue with that? Because this is exactly the issue, you know, that the whole movement AROPL has basically presented me with, you know. So this is kind of how I see it, you know, like my media outlook on the internet, you know, because I was in this famous video of Abba Sadiq, you know, when I was stuttering a bit, you know, because it was really cold. I was by the fire, but I was not so adamant to speak because well, you know how it is when somebody meets his teacher and it's hard for him for the words to come out. Well, some people think, you know, this is the case now in every way, that they will treat you like this way, you know. And I'm the guy who can be easily manipulated around. Well, I will tell you, I am not, you know, like. If you see me as that, as this public image, I mean, you can see me, but it won't go so nice. I won't be so nice to you as you think I would be, but I won't, you know, because basically my outlook is my own business, and what other people's thought of the outlook of themselves is their own business, you know. And if, for example, you know, I will give you a clear example, you know, if somebody is being disturbed, you know, of like somebody recording somebody somewhere in a way that is not appropriate to put in the internet, that's completely to all the people to decide what's appropriate, you know. See, and I'm just saying, you know, I'm not like judging anybody, God forbid, you know, or I'm not like even saying, you know, that you guys who are, of course, have morals and manners and are speaking in such an eloquent way that you're acting inappropriately. No, no, no. I'm just saying, you know, that everybody is responsible for his own deeds and actions, you know, like if you speak back to me, I'm telling you, you know, like if you click a request right now or drop a comment which is inappropriate, it will be recorded, you know. I will, basically I'm recording every session, I'm very sorry, and basically you are your own mirror, you know, to the world, so you should be aware of it as I am, you know. So just before you send me a request, you know, before you send somebody in, you should be aware of that, you know. So good luck, and now we can start a nice little conversation. Okay, let's see. Let's go, for example, for the Hall of Mysteries lecture about episode 28, if you saw it. It was talking about, basically, about Abrahamic religions. Basically, the God of Israel and how the God of Israel, basically how Israel is calling people back to light. So, what Abba Sadiq was explaining, if we go over it, it's about he was basically referring to another segment from the book Corpus Hermeticum. My throat is a little bit rosy in the morning, so I'm really sorry. It's Corpus Hermeticus, about Hermes Trismegistus, and in this Corpus Hermeticus it says that it's titled that none of the things that exist really perish. So it's not that things that exist, you know, that comes into existence, you know, that they really perish, you know. And this is completely understandable, you know. This is like, you know, for me it is, you know, like an issue, you know, which was, you know, I don't know, spoon which you put somewhere, you know, like in some drawer. You say, oh my God, there it is, you know. there it is, the old spoon, you know. I thought I saw it elsewhere, but now I see it in this drawer. Or for example, like something you dug somewhere, you know, under some tree, you know, some treasure somewhere, you know, like, and you go now and see, oh, it's there, you know. This is the treasure I was looking for. This is like also with some things, you know, like some words, you know, that or actions, you know, that none of the things perish, you know. They don't. I'm telling you, even like some which is long forgotten and basically there, and said, no, it's not there. So with this understanding of things, it is there, you know. Like, no, I'm telling you, none of the things none of things perish. It's in the corpus schematic. I'm telling you. So, all right, let's go over it. You know, I'm using a bit of text here because I must use it. You know, like, I can, of course, I can't interpret the words of Abba Sadiq otherwise. You know, because if I'm thinking with my own mind, it would be, you know, inappropriate, and I would not be following my akida of the Imam, how basically the scholars understand it. So I'm sure you understand that I must do it this way, you know. Otherwise, things is hard for a lot of people to understand, you know. It's hard for beautiful minds to understand how things work in this dunya, in this universe, and this is such a beautiful thing that we all understand this now, you know. So in such a beautiful morning, you know, it's about Hermes. It's about Hermes Trismegistus, and he starts off, basically it starts off with Hermes Trismegistus, and he says, now my son, we must talk about soul and body. So, how the soul is actually deathless, and how the activity of composing and breaking up the body works. For in truth, nothing that exists really dies. Now that's an important thing. It's important, you know, because that we need a kind of wear as an earring around our ears. So it's like this reminder, it should be, you know, like it should be echoing in our ears, you know, like an earring on our ears, you know. So if I see somebody with an earring on his ears, I say, all right, you know, it's he has an earring, it's all right. I'm glad to meet you. Nice, and it's like this reminder, you know, that none of the things really perish in this universe. Nothing that exists actually dies. So there is not such thing as death. There is not. It's not. Thank you, Al-Muqtar Al-Takafi Al-Al-Magdi, for reposting and sharing this with your beautiful brothers and sisters. And I'm so glad that you share this, that we can have more guys join the discussion on AROPL Balkans. And I'm surely you guys are following me, even though I don't see you, you know, because I don't see the guests in here, you know. I don't see any visitors, but I'm sure somebody somewhere is taking notes of these lectures, and that's such a beautiful thing, you know. So the usual meaning of the word death doesn't match really, you know. It's basically death doesn't exist in esoteric, I mean in real, you know, because everything is an illusion. And if you drop a syllable from a word deathless and say death instead, you've changed the word. You know, like if you say like it's not deathless, you know, it's like less of death, and you say death, you change the word, not the truth behind it. So you just change the word. You know, the truth behind it is a reality of its own. You know, so words are words and actions are actions. You know, to be the man of your words, you surely should be the man of your actions. So it's basically what these teachings are trying to say is that basically the meaning that human beings have attached to the word that it's false. Basically, it's false and it's false. So it's a false conception between the word death. You know, death belongs to the idea of destruction. You know, like that to something to die. That it must be destroyed. No, it's like, that's what people mean when they say death. So it's not about that. There's something that's destroyed, but in the cosmos, you know, if you look at the beautiful cosmos, you know, cosmic things, you know, all the universes that form the cosmos, you know, all the galaxies, stars, beautiful Milky Way, beautiful star around us, you know, it's always that these things basically actually nothing in the cosmos is destroyed, basically, because if something is destroyed, it's like it's fragmented, you know, in this destroyed. Even if I take a jackhammer, you know, and like grind, you know, something into 1,000 little pieces, you know. I mean, I can, why not, you know? But all these things are just fragments of things, you know, and they're fragmented, and they're still there. You wouldn't believe it, you know. Like, even if I like now, somebody comes to my channel, you know, he asks me a question, you know, and I say, all right, you know, I will listen to your question, I will listen to you, and I will hear you out, you know. But then you must let me speak, you know. And after that, I give him a brief explanation. I take my time, you know, like because my time is precious. You should understand, because I'm with the imam all the time, and of the imam, if time is precious for me, imagine how imam of the time's time is, you know. So briefly, if I took time of my own self to explain to you something very briefly and like dissect your meaning into 1,000 little pieces in fragments, you know, then that you couldn't put it back, like, in no way, man. It's for you, you know, to put it back. But you, surely somebody there in the universe, you see, in the cosmos exists that will try to put these little pieces together. Yeah, there exists, basically. And I wish this guy the best of luck, you know, because I'm telling you that in the universe, for example, if there's a universe and there's a cosmos, you know, and like something is scattered into the winds, you know, like it's not there anymore, like nobody is here on my channel, you know, where are you guys, you know, you're not here, you know, you're somewhere elsewhere, but you are there, you know, you're in some galaxy far away, not being here, you see, it's like, well, we're being kind of alienated, I would say, you know, we're being kind of alienated, and I completely understand it, you know, because if the cosmos is the second God, I mean, like for these guys of the Cosmos Club, you know, cosmos is a second God to them, you know, a living being that cannot die, then no part of them immortal life basically can't truly die either, you see, because if the cosmos is eternal, then like even those little fragments are still there, you know, it's still, you know, even if somebody is like grinded and stomped upon and like pulled back into fragments, it is still there, you know, and it's still, you know, being there, lurking, you know, like behind, you know, like waiting for their little reason to understand things, you know. And I'm surely proud of you guys, you know, that we understand that like not just anybody can handle things that Abba Sadiq is saying, you know. I mean, it is kind of these perplexities which we should all be aware of, you know, that some, like, not all things are for everybody, you know, like surely somebody can handle certain things, you know, but like many people, you know, these guys, they want to know everything, they do, like in reality there's little of people that don't, you know, but it's like, you know how it is, you know, when somebody goes somewhere, you know, for example, on a drink or like just a little go, you know, can I tell you something, you know, and like they tell something, you know, in front of people, they start to explaining, and this is how, you know, things get being told, you know, things are being told, and things like which have a value, like very quickly lose a value of sorts, you know. And I'm sure, you know, that we completely understand that, and that we all cherish, you know, our beliefs, our religions as a humankind, and all the philosophers, of course, you know, because if you see my channel, it's basically very philosophical channel, you know, like it's not even like this trying to be Islamist channel or something, like you guys saying, you know, like our critics, I mean, not you guys, like our critics, that they say we are being this Islamic militia type of guy. We are not, you know. Me, for example, I'm more of a philosopher when talking about religion. I try to be coherent in my speech, you know, I try to be nice, I'm trying to explain to you guys stuff, you know, but a lot of people, you know, like if you see my videos, if I would do, but I don't have time, I would like to have more time to do segments of my discussions, with people, especially the so-called Muslims, which, for example, yesterday I wasn't like doing live maybe for 3 or 4 days now. This beautiful guy from the Beanie File said, so you accepted the challenge about Abbasadi, about text message. I mean, first of all, I didn't accept the challenge. I mean, it wasn't some sort, you didn't put some sort of like this, yeah, I'm right, let's have like this destruction. No, it's, I'm telling you, because this is what I started with, because we're talking about religion, basically. Because if you said something, being there, it's still there, So, it's not a challenge because basically I already answered you. And it's up to you now to answer me, because you put out a video and I put a response up to your video. So what you should do is tag me and put up a video and notify me. So, or you can come to my channel, like I for surely don't want to be one of these guys, oh no, like somebody, God knows where, in what sort of corner of the island on the planet Jihad is said something about me. I don't care. I don't even care, like if somebody said something. I mean, if it said to my face, it would be different. If it says behind my back, it's very different, than if he says it behind my back, because I'm telling you, you guys can talk like what you want, like you can talk on social media, whatever you want. You have that right, But in a sort of way, you should be coherent, So it's not for for somebody, for the challenge to be accepted or sorts, like that. I accepted some challenge. Come on, like I basically put up a response video to a video that was landed in Abbasadi. And it's not being accepted a challenge. I mean, who are you to be a challenger? I mean, what are you, like, are you a rocket? You saw what happened with the Challenger rocket, right? It went up, whoop, and it wasn't there anymore. Bam, it smashed down to Earth, and it was basically not there, So you should take these things into the consideration, and that, of course, the universe is forever, will always be in existence, the universe. And we all know, also from the words of Hermes, that it was made in the image of God, basically the whole universe. So everything in the cosmos is a part of the cosmos, and most of all human beings were the rational living creatures, They're made in proportions, they use the ratio, I mean, their reason, of sorts, their things that they, you have the mind, you understand things. I mean, something is completely natural to things, but how you understand it, it's your own business, I'm just telling you in advance, So, I mean, good luck with it, So, Zahrul Rizwan, he reposted my live, thank you very much, and I will also do a repost to see in a group which I'm in, how the guys in the Balkans are doing, that they don't say that I'm neglecting anybody, that I'm not being impolite. Because I really wonder. Oh, Big Ross, how are you? Big Ross, nice to meet you. He left, see? Well, I would like all of you guys, to join, the discussion. And, of course, but for example, like, even, putting somebody to have presence on, this, somebody from NBC says something about somebody from BBC, and then an NBC and the BBC becomes CNN, and then CNN becomes Fox News, and I'm telling you, it is these media moguls. They're very powerful. I'm for surely aware of that. It's not a small thing, to be like just on TikTok, like on the internet, and say things, or to say something on CNN. It's not the same, And of course, I am aware of that, But like putting, this is why I mentioned this, like that putting somebody out of the equation is not necessarily that something is not being there. It's like it is still there. It's not lurking. It's just being there. It's just having a presence. It's not. I'm not saying that you guys are lurkers. God forbid. That you're like lurking for something or waiting for something. But if you're waiting for something, I'm saying you will surely get it. You will get it because I will explain to you what basically is about something that should be understood when speaking about philosophy. Basically, philosophers, like if you look at the Athens, this, like in the old days, it was like this metropolitan city in Greece, where all these philosophers met, and they were discussing things, they were discussing many things, and many things were said, like having an intellectual debate, and of course it's natural for everybody to understand how they understand things, but losing an intellectual debate, like insulting somebody afterwards after losing it, is not nice. It's for surely shows you guys being immature, and saying things about that you know something because your scholar or God knows who said to you about religion something that you claim you know. My God, how isn't that perfected ignorance? You come from some village like behind even the continent in the West, and you come to explain something to the guy in the West and claim that he doesn't understand anything. I mean, my God, how ignorant must you be? That like speaking in a native tongue, somebody from the West and thinking that he won't understand what you're saying. I mean, did you think that somebody fell off the sky like right now? I mean, do you think like that you can claim these things and these things are not being seen by everybody? I mean, it's like saying, you see that, sun, like, it's like literally like narration, remember from back in the days from Black Banners, like you see that sun there, you see it, like the truth, it shines even brighter than the sun, even if you look at the sun, like this sun, like it shines even brighter than the sun itself, So like, I mean, Salam Alaikum Muhammad, so nice to meet you, and I apologize, if you guys are being offended or like if you're being disturbed, and of course I'm here to help you, like I'm here to help you with everything I can. I can help you with philosophic thoughts, or even if you have trouble like in your life, private life, I can try to give you some advice, but for surely, like me being here, I'm not the reason for your trouble, am I? Because it's not me that is I'm being here for you, but for surely I can't do things and handle your matters. You understand that? If you do that, that's cool. If you don't, it's not my business anyway, But I'm just telling you, that on the social media, it's very likely to somebody being manipulative, and we all understand it, And for surely me, I will surely make sure that I will protect my channel here, and I will keep things apparent, how they are. So if you want any videos to be taken down, you can speak to me. I said to you, I spoke to everybody on the AROPL Balkans Dawah that every session is being recorded. Every session is being recorded, every session is being like processed, every session is being analyzed by somebody somewhere. I don't have guys running things somewhere. I don't. I'm speaking to you truly, but they are being handled, I'm telling you right now, by somebody somewhere they are. You can't say that you didn't know that, you know. You can't. And of course, I'm glad that everybody understands it, you know. And like the same thing is with the universe, you know, with the cosmos. You know, like if you go in Islamically, you know, like you know the narration of Jafar as-Sadiq, you know, like because some atheist, God knows from where he come, you know, like Imam was like just waking up, you know, somewhere, you know, just, oh, what a nice day it is, you know. It's like, look, the sun is shining, you know, and some atheist came, you know, hey, Imam, say what, you know, like, show me your God, where is God, where is God, you know. And Imam said to him, you know, like, you see that sun, you know, you see that sun? He said, yes, you know. I said, look at the sun right now. And he looked at the sun, you know, and I can't look at the sun, you know. The rays of the sun are blinding me, you know. And Imam said to me, if you can't see the created, how can you see the creator, you know? And this is the same thing with the guys who claim to know religion, you know, so with the guys who claim to know like Islam, you know, like Wahhabis and all these guys, you know, who are like destroying everything around them, you know, like our God is the right God, you know. Look, they basically, Ahmed al-Hassan said in the book of monotheism, you know, if you guys, for God know what reason didn't read it, you know, it said, you know, basically people, they will make an idol out of everything, you know, they will make an idol of God, and then when they destroy everything, they said, now I destroy it, where is it? No, and then they will make idol of the human beings, and at the end, they will make idols of their own selves, you know. This is how the human beings are like, and this is the case with, I'm not saying with all the human beings, because everybody is not the same, but it is for surely the way with the Wahhabis, you know. It is, basically, because if you look at the Wahhabis, for surely if something wrong happened to somebody, I'm not blaming anybody, you know, that we understand each other. But for example, everybody has to bear the consequences of their action. Everybody. So it's not for me to decide, you know, how some people go somewhere, or some people went the other way, you know. I'm just saying, you know, we are having this beautiful game, and for surely, I will tell you right now, you know what I will tell you. Basically, not all the people in the AROPL movement are the same. No, they're not, you know, like even in the AROPL BALKANS Dawa, we are not the same. Like, you know, we are for surely working together, and we are spending this beautiful work together, but this doesn't mean, you know, that I should be a transmitter for your trouble. It doesn't mean that. And it doesn't mean that I am being your servant. For surely, if you send me something, you expect something of me, I will do it, you know. But how you do it, you know, it's for our communication, which way the conversation and the points go, you know. So we all hopefully we all understand each other in this regard. Hopefully you are all having a nice day, and I'm so glad I started that debate out, and I will put this on the internet in the group, so that everybody take, you know, into as a reminder for later, you know, like if like it says, you know, from this lecture, if the earring serves as a reminder, you know, or like if an ear hears something and takes a reminder, that's such a nice thing. So you all have such a good morning and wonderful day ahead. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.